One of the real victories or successes of this White House so far in this 100 days has been this rollback in regulation and the executive orders that the president has put forth. You've been working on this closely, on the Dodd-Frank legislation, how it might look different. Tell us about the Choice Act and what you want to see in terms of the Dodd-Frank legislation. How might that look different?
I want the Dodd-Frank legislation to go away. They promised us it would lift the economy, but instead we're mired in the slowest, weakest recovery in the post-war era. They said it would end too big to fail, but instead it codified it into law to where the government designates too big to fail firms and then puts a taxpayer bailout behind it. They said it would stabilize our financial system, but instead under Dodd-Frank, the big banks are bigger, the small banks are fewer. They said it would help the consumer, but instead, since Dodd-Frank, we've seen free checking cut in half, bank fees go up, the ranks of the unbanked increase. Many working people find it far more difficult and expensive to get a mortgage. So the bottom line is Dodd-Frank has failed. What is our system? We want economic growth for all. We want bank bailouts for none. It's a system that says if a bank will put together what is known as a 10% simple leverage ratio, have a very strong capital, more capital than is required under Dodd-Frank, that they essentially can have a Dodd-Frank off-ramp. I mean, it's somewhat analogous to a privately financed insurance policy against failure. So we would replace complexity with simplicity. We would replace bailouts with bankruptcy. We would replace federal micromanagement with market discipline. In a word, Maria, in a phrase, we would let freedom ring, but only if you have a very strong balance sheet to prevent the taxpayers from having to bail you out. Increasingly, a lot of economists have supported this, including 3 Nobel laureates. Many believe that this is the way to go. It's capital in place of federal control. Our committee will mark up this legislation next week, and I look forward to bringing it to the entire House of Representatives soon.